Hi everybody, welcome from Acumen Accounting. Today's video is all about a good business versus bad business. So I'm not going to tell you which business is good or which business is bad, but I will open your eyes when you get to know what a real definition of between a good business and the bad business. Unfortunately, there are so many business people, businessmen out there who think they are a businessman or an entrepreneur. But in reality, what's happening is they are owning a job, they're working for themselves, they're working ridiculous hours, and they think they are businessman and they are in the good business. But that's call it a self-employment. Yes, you have a business, but you work for yourself, you're working ridiculous hours, day in, day out. I know some people who are even working 7 days a week and they don't have a family life, a social life, or a time for themselves. So unfortunately, people have that misconception that they are business persons, but in reality, they are not a business people. If you are a businessman or if you wanted to be in a good business, you need a business where you put less hours, where you put less effort and make good money out of it. I understand at the start when you're starting a new business, of course you have to put your effort in, but once it's established, you need to bit of a step back, employ somebody, recruit somebody to run the operation, and you focus on something else or have a free time for your family or for yourself. So people think they are businessman, the business person, but in reality they are not, because they are self-employed. They are working stupid hours, long hours. It's better off if you work for somebody else. At least you have a paid holidays, you have weekends or Saturday, Sunday off, depends on what kind of job you have. So this is what is happening all around. So you need to think about it, what kind of business you are in. So I call it a bad business where you be basically working 50 to 60 hours a week, and there's no support for you, and you have to do everything, and you are in the business for over 5 years, but you still have that same routine where you continuously working. So I call it a bad business, even though it's making you a very good money. But if you don't have a life after your business, this is a bad business for you. So you need to think about it, because life is not all about just working. Life is all about enjoying your time, giving and spending time with your family, going out, traveling, or spending a good time with your friends. So this is what real life is. Of course, money is important. Of course, we have to focus on the business, and of course, we have to make good money out of it. But don't go for a bad business where you're just spending whole your life just working for it, and then you are left with nothing. So the good business is basically you invest in something, and you have people working for you, you having a residual income coming to you, and then that's what I call it a good business, where you put less hours. So you need to be jump into that kind of business where you put less hours, and then you continuously having that income coming to you. You have a team, you have developed a team, or people are working for you, which is generating money for you. So let money work for you, not you work for the money. So this is very important. So when you're going to pick up the business or you wanted to enter into the business, it's always important people think about how to start, how I get into the business, how the business will work. But there are very less people who think about the end, how it's going to end, how am I going to put less hours in, how am I going to develop the team, and how that business which I'm developing now after 3 or 5 years will stand on their own feet, and I will put less hours in, and that money which I put it in and now start working for me and giving me that return back. So this is you need to focus on. Whenever you're going into the business, you need to make sure you are in the good business rather than a bad business where you're spending so many hours working for it, and then you're just working for yourself as a self-employed, which is not a business. So think about it, think twice when jumping into the business. Or if you're already in the business, just have done some analysis, do some analysis, sit down and think, is it really a business for you? Is that business you really wanted to continue? People complain about it, if I'm not in the business will go down, the sales will go down, I can't make enough money. And my answer is to those people are, what's all these big brands we have all around, for example, Domino's, KFC, Costa Coffee, Nando's. These all branches, all businesses are franchises, and they are owned by somebody, and they are running the branches that keep opening all over the UK and all over the world. Basically, these brands which I just named are all over the world. How they are doing, how they manage to develop this business, how they are satisfied. Like, if our staff is, the sales will not go up. You need to basically employ a person who manage your staff. So what happens is people are employing people in their business and they're focusing on what work he's going to do, but they are forgetting the need a manager or a supervisor or a team leader who runs the team, who runs the business, who do your job which you were doing when you have started this new business. So you need that kind of people. They are not going to physically hands-on working on it. They will be arranging your shift. They're making sure staff is coming in. They're making sure the orders are getting done. They will be looking at the targets of the sales. That person you need in your team, and that they will basically feed you back. They will give you reports. This is what happened, and then you have one person to communicate with, rather than you communicate like 50 or 20 peoples. I have another business where I just employed a manager, and I only speak to the manager. Manager give me feedback. This is what happened. He had targets for the sales. He given me a feedback on regular basis. He is responsible for hiring and firing. When I call it, like, he's responsible for recruiting people. He is responsible for getting rid of the people if they're not good. So that all responsibility lies with that manager. So if that manager is good, managing the place, making you money, you just need to make sure you look after those people as well. You pay them a really good money on the wages wise, give them some bonuses. When I used to work for an organization, I haven't asked them for permission to use their name, so I'm not going to use that name, but the people who know me, I was head of finance for one of a very good company in the Northeast. They used to pay me a good wage, but on top of that, the owner of that organization on every year give bonuses to the staff who are performing well. So he was basically sharing that profit with his team, which making team motivated, keep them motivated. And then also that team is thinking, look, that owner is really good. I need to put some extra effort in. I need to do this. I need to do this. So these kind of habits, if you want to be a really good businessman or businesswoman or a business person, you need to make sure you tick all these boxes. Don't get trapped into the bad business where you're just working whole week, 7 days a week, and then if you even in holidays, your phone is keep ringing, you keep checking your emails. That's not the business you want. So the bad business is where you're spending ridiculous hours. You need to think about it. Either sell that business or get into the different kind of business, so you start having your own life, get your life back. I have a very, very good client, and he's like a friend and a brother to me. He based in Nottingham. He just recently, he's young, but I've just had a news. He just had a minor heart attack, but he was working, and he's still young. He just recently got married, and he is in the bad business, which I advised him he need to come out of it and then focus on something else. You don't need the stress anymore. So you don't want that. You don't want yourself to be in that position. So think about your businesses you are in. Think about developing a team. Think about being into the good business, and think about your health. That's why I always say in my videos, stay safe, stay healthy, because that's what important. That's what the life is. People can earn money day in, day out, but you need to think about it, your families, your life and everything, because this is important as well as the important making money. So make sure you're in the good business, but if you think you need an advice and you don't know what kind of business you want it to be in, leave a comment at the bottom of this video, or send us a personal message. You can visit our website acumenaccounting.co.uk and then email us. Either myself or one of our team member will contact you, and then we'll basically put you in the right direction, what kind of business you want it to be in, or what kind of business you should do, because we need to understand who you are, what your interests are. We will ask you a few questions, and then based on our experience being an accountant, because we see so many businesses, we advise so many businesses, and excuse me. So after talking to you, and after once we had a chat with you, we will definitely advise you what business should you do, and which will basically make you residual income in future. Again, thank you for listening us. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye for now.